If you're looking at enrolling in a Medicare Advantage plan, you'll find that the vast majority of plans are either an HMO or a PPO. And you're probably thinking, okay, great, more random letters here. Well, trust me, enrolling in a Medicare Advantage plan, knowing the difference between a health maintenance organization, HMO, and a preferred provider organization, PPO, is something that you'll want to know, because if you're unaware of the differences, you could end up getting denied coverage that you need. So that's why in this video, I'm going to go over the main differences between the HMO, health maintenance organization, and the PPO, preferred provider organization, as they relate to Medicare Advantage plans. I'm Calvin from PlanFit, and I've been helping people understand these differences for 14 years now. And I'm hoping that in this video, you'll leave it with a much better idea of which type of plan is a better fit for you. So let's start with the biggest differences between these two plan types, and that is their network coverage. So you've probably heard that most Medicare Advantage plans have networks. This means that your insurance company partners with several doctors and hospitals and other providers in your area to provide lower cost healthcare to you. And things usually go really smoothly when you stay within your plan's network. The copays are relatively low, you'll have a lower maximum out-of-pocket limit for the year, and your doctor can usually bill your insurance company with no hassle, so you don't have to pay upfront. Now, the difference between an HMO and a PPO plan is what happens when you want to get healthcare services outside of your plan's network. For HMO plans, your insurance company usually will not cover any out-of-network services unless it's an emergency or you're going to an urgent care. This means that the HMO plan is going to stop covering your treatment once you're out of network and no longer in an emergency situation. With PPO plans, on the other hand, they allow you to go to almost any doctor or hospital in the United States. And so that's great for people who are living in multiple areas or traveling a lot or want to see doctors that are outside of their plan network. However, you will usually pay a higher copay when you do this. You'll also have to pay a higher maximum out of pocket because your limit will be higher if you choose to get services outside of your plan's network. So to summarize, HMOs don't cover you for out-of-network expenses unless it's an emergency, while PPOs will usually cover you but have a higher copay or cost sharing and have a higher out-of-pocket limit. Now let's get back to costs, and this is really where HMOs become very attractive. Generally speaking, HMOs are much cheaper than PPOs. They're cheaper when it comes to their monthly premiums, they generally have lower copays, and whenever you go to see the doctor or get treatment, their out-of-pocket limits are usually lower than that of PPOs. In fact, the majority of the HMO plans available throughout the country have a $0 monthly premium, and many of them have $0 copays for specialist visits and hospital visits. Of course, what's available in your area will vary. So because the costs are really low, this balances out for a lot of people in their mind the fact that they don't have out-of-network coverage or that they're limited to just a network within their local area. Now, on the PPO side, the costs are generally higher. Yes, you will still find PPO plans with a $0 premium in some parts of the country, but you'll generally find that the copays are higher than those of the HMO plans, as well as the out-of-pocket limits are higher. Now, there are some exceptions to this. There are some PPO plans out there that have both lower monthly premiums and low out-of-pocket limits, but generally speaking, you're going to find that PPOs will be more expensive on a monthly basis and will be more expensive on a usage basis and will be more expensive on the maximum out-of-pocket basis. So you always need to make sure that you compare Medicare Advantage plans in your area to find the best fit and the best price for you. But generally speaking, you will see these trends between HMO and PPO. Now, in addition from costing less than PPO plans, HMO plans generally have more benefits than PPO plans, and this attracts a lot of people to them as well. By benefits, I'm talking about the extra benefits: dental, vision, hearing care, transportation benefits, gym memberships, flex cards for groceries or for paying for utilities. All of these extras that Medicare Advantage plans have, usually you'll find the majority of them in the HMO variety of Medicare Advantage plans. PPO plans will also have some of these benefits, but if you compare them side by side with an HMO option in your area, you'll generally find that HMOs have more of those extra benefits. Now, extra benefits like this probably shouldn't be your main deciding factor. Your main factor should be, does it cover my doctors? How well does it cover my prescriptions, right? We always say doctors and drugs. Those are very, very important. You need to make sure that you have good coverage there before you look at extra benefits. But it's something to keep in mind when choosing between an HMO plan and a PPO plan. So this just summarizes where we are so far. HMOs are generally cheaper and have more benefits, but they usually only cover you in a network. PPO plans give you more flexibility, but they usually cost more and have fewer benefits or extra benefits than HMO plans. I have two more differences to talk about between HMOs and PPOs, but before I do that, let me just jump in here and say that if you're finding this helpful, please leave us a like and a thumbs up. It not only helps the channel to grow, but it helps this video to reach other people who may be having a hard time choosing between an HMO and a PPO. Also consider subscribing because I put out a lot of videos like this explaining how Medicare works. All right, let me get back to the video. Next up, we have primary care physicians. When you're in an HMO plan, you usually have to choose a primary care doctor. Your primary care doctor is then the one who coordinates your healthcare services. Think of them like the quarterback for your health. They orchestrate everything. If you ever need to see a specialist or you need to have a surgery or something like that, you'll need a referral from your primary care doctor before your HMO plan will cover you for a specialist visit. On the other hand, PPO plans usually don't require that you have a primary care physician, and they usually don't require referrals to specialists. Now, both HMOs and PPOs will have prior authorizations, which means that before you're going to have a surgery, the doctor will need to justify the reason for that surgery to the plan. They will also have things like step therapy. Step therapy, for example, may be you need to try the low-cost version of a drug before you take the expensive drug. Maybe the generic before the brand name. You may need to try physical therapy before you go straight to knee replacement, right? So certain times when you're going to do something expensive or critical or medically invasive, they're going to ask you to try something first. And that's what we call step therapies, therapy in steps, right? So some people get the idea that PPOs aren't going to have prior authorizations because there are no referrals to specialists. Well, those are different things. You may not need a referral to go to your specialist. You might be able to just call your specialist directly and set an appointment, but that doesn't mean that you'll be able to directly go to the surgery that you want to do or have the expensive medication that you think will work best for you. You still will have prior authorization and step therapy. This is how insurance works across the board. If you're on Affordable Care Act or Obamacare, some people call it Obamacare plan, if you're on your group health insurance plan, usually when you have an issue with prior authorization or step therapy, it's because the doctor didn't provide the justification. Insurance companies are not trying to say no to everything like you would, see on social media. That's not what they're doing. They're trying to keep you healthy. Keeping you healthy saves them money. But there's another issue, and that is that there exist in the world hypochondriacs, people who think that they need there are people who get a cold and they sneeze and then they go to WebMD and it says you're dying of cancer, right? And now they want to rush to do all of these tests and everything like that. The issue is that down the street from you, you have a neighbor who runs to the ER every time something goes wrong, who wants to have every expensive medication that they see on television, and who wants to do every test in the book. That person is driving up the cost for everyone. And so an insurance company has a very, very important role in tamping down that person's expectations. So again, just because you have a PPO plan, it doesn't mean that you're going to get every treatment you want, but you will get what you need. Now, the last difference I want to talk about is how to file for claims. For HMO plans, your plan really only covers you in-network, so you usually don't have to worry about filing claims. It's all done at the doctor's office. Just give your healthcare provider your Medicare Advantage card and your details, and they should bill your insurance company directly. The same goes for PPO plans when you're in the network. However, going out-of-network, sometimes things can be different. Sometimes that out-of-network provider can directly bill your insurance company, and sometimes you will have to pay and submit for reimbursement. So let's look at what we've learned so far. HMOs are cheaper. They usually have more benefits, and you don't have to worry about filing claims. It's going to be handled by your doctor's office. However, they usually only cover you within a network unless it's an emergency, and you will need a primary care physician that will give you referrals to see your specialists. Meanwhile, PPOs are usually more expensive, have fewer extra benefits, and you may have to pay up front if you choose to go out of network and then seek reimbursement from your plan. However, they have more flexibility, and you don't need to have referrals to see your specialist. So it boils down to what kind of lifestyle do you have? People who stay in one place all year round and don't need too much flexibility can save money with an HMO plan. Meanwhile, people who need that flexibility or they want to see doctors outside of their area or outside of their state, they may need to consider a PPO plan instead. Of course, these are just general comparisons, so if you actually want to know what's better for you, you'll need to take a look at the different HMO and PPO plans that are available in your area and compare the actual numbers and the actual plans and the actual networks. If you don't want to do this on your own, then you can call or text us here at PlanFit. Our team of licensed insurance agents would be glad to help you at no cost to you. Everyone who works at PlanFit is paid a salary with benefits. They're not paid commissions, and so there is no bias for them to try to push you in one direction or another. They just want to find what's best for you. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video.